Hey everybody, Mark Arnstein, Remax Hallmark, and of course livingnorthtoronto.com. This is vlog number 25. I'm here with my good buddy, Mr. Lee Grunberg, who is the CEO and president of Integracare, which is a healthcare provider providing all kinds of things from people in assisted living, palliative care, home health care, from homes, condos, whatever you name it. They provide all that kind of service. And the reason why, is I want to have Lee with us today is because we did an interview with Lee about almost a year ago, right when COVID had just first hit, and they were scrambling, getting everything organized and adapting unbelievably well for COVID and what was happening. You guys did an amazing job. And so I thought, let's recap where we are now a year later and what's going on with the biz, because I'm sure a lot has changed. There's a lot going on. And so tell me what's happening now in your world.
Sure. Well, thanks for the introduction. Our core business has always been providing care in people's homes, senior care, palliative care, general nursing. The biggest change this year is that really since the fall of 2020, people need COVID testing at their homes and their places of work. And so we've expanded our business service offering to include Concierge Covid testing and corporate COVID testing.
Right.
So.
And then how often are you guys testing on like a regular basis now?
Yeah, so on demand. If someone is traveling, for example, and they need a test to show that they were COVID negative 72 hours before traveling, we're happy to go to their place of living. We'll do the COVID test. We'll bring it to one of the Health Canada approved and accredited labs and have that result to them within 24 to 48 hours. So they have a nice report that they can bring RT-PCR,
right,
and they can travel.
Awesome. And how, with vaccines, has that been affecting what you guys are doing? Are you guys able to help assist in the vaccine process, or what's happening with that?
It's been more challenging. I mean, the first group to get priority for vaccinations was long-term care and retirement homes.
Right.
And that's absolutely where it ought to have been. The next priority was for home care workers. And we were included in that, and we've been successfully able to get between 65 to 70% of our workforce, our nurses, our support workers, vaccinated with the first shot. Obviously, right, we got extended as part of that program, and now our fight is to get our homebound clients access to homebound vaccinations.
So what's been the biggest change then going forward with the business from now today versus what it was from a year ago?
Perfect. So, we're always in the same battle from a supply side, whether it's, getting the labor or getting the PPE so that we can provide care or COVID testing in a safe and effective way. But the biggest thing is that there's been a massive increase in demand.
Right.
People don't want to send their loved ones to long-term care or retirement homes. They want to age in place.
That was going to be my next question. It's are people now pulling back from going into healthcare provided homes or assisted living because they'd rather be now in their current homes just due to the risk of getting sick?
Of course, and especially in light of the fact that we now have a year's worth of data to show that we can provide that care in a healthy and safe way where we're not spreading COVID, right, and they're not at risk the way they would be in a long-term care facility. The biggest increase and the biggest opportunity for where this business is going in the future is actually corporate nursing.
Right.
Right. It's actually going out and providing COVID testing in places of work. When people are going to be coming back to work in the next 6 months, over the next 6 months, our return to work COVID testing business is just taking off.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And then with the work with the liaison with the government, are they being cooperative with you guys? Are they helping you guys facilitate what you guys want to get done? Or is it like an ongoing battle? Because I think what everyone kind of wants to know, that everyone's frustrated, is that why is this process, taking as long as it is?
Our government has very little control over the supply chain. And the biggest challenge is actually getting the vaccinations here. I will criticize the government in that our plan should have been ready long before we encountered this issue, and there should have been sufficient plan Bs.
As far as your business goes, and working with the government and doing your services, we talked about last year, a year ago, that the majority of your business was with the elderly category of people.
Yes.
Is that still going in that direction, or are you finding now that it's kind of getting more evolved and you're dealing more with people of all different age groups?
So our core business remains with the senior population.
Right.
But as I said, the corporate nursing side and the Concierge Covid testing, we've worked in TV and film industry. We've worked in the real estate industry, financial services industry, and we're, general manufacturing, and we're doing COVID testing, and that is the fastest growing part of our business to try to get people to come back to the workforce. I mean,
Right.
we're even right now pushing the government very hard to ensure that summer camps, overnight summer camps, are open this summer, and we're working with about 8 to 10 summer camps right now to develop COVID preparedness plans and develop testing strategies, so that we can, when we get the okay to open,
Right.
we will be opening in a way that keeps our campers, our kids, and the staff in the safest possible.
Now, obviously, they missed out last summer because of all this what happened. How do you see it working then going forward for this summer to allow these kids actually to go to camp? Now, keep in mind, we're talking about very much a first world problem, and these kids are very lucky. But I think from their fact that they do and are able to go to camp, it is a massive, massive benefit to their own personal mental health, right?
Absolutely.
Because the socialization that's going to be able to come out of it from them being at camp is going to take a lot of that social silence or inability to be social out of the equation they've had to go through for the last year and a bit, almost a year and a half, to now all of a sudden get an opportunity to become social again, which is going to be fantastic for them. So how is it looking, or I don't know if you can get into it a bit, or float it out there a bit, just kind of where things are going?
So happy to answer it. The provincial government has not approved yet overnight camps opening this summer. But I will say that the overnight camps, the executive directors of each of the camps that we've worked with, are planning and preparing and moving as if they're going to get that okay. Right. We're helping them procure COVID tests, rapid point of care COVID tests, so that we can test kids and staff, campers and staff before camp, on departure day, and throughout the summer. On-site rapid point of care, both antigen and PCR testing, so that they can know and they can help prevent the spread.
Right.
Testing is central to keeping a safe environment this summer.
Now, there's been any studies because last summer in the United States, overnight camp did happen. And obviously at the rate that they were getting infected, it was going much greater than what was happening in Canada up until just recently in the last, since the third wave's come into play. So have they done any liaison, research and kind of with their numbers and how they're running things to make sure that the campers did stay safe? Yeah,
so there's lots of learning opportunity from last year in the U.S. The Ontario Camp Association and the directors that we've been working with, the executive directors that we've been working with at Integracare, we've personally studied everything that went on, what worked, what didn't work, to make improvements. And we've developed a tremendous COVID preparedness planning strategy for each of the camps we're working with.
So just to wrap this up, because obviously we only have so much time, what's the future of Integracare? Where do you see this whole business going right now for you guys?
Well, I think that our core business will be changed forever. I think that our core business of providing home care for seniors in their home, palliative care, dementia care, wound care, personal support services, that is going to see long tail growth in demand. And I think that it will have no problem from the supply side, because the caregivers will want to work in the safest environment possible. And in someone's home is the safest environment possible. The corporate side of our business, corporate nursing and COVID testing and COVID screening, I think is going to have a shorter tail, but not as short as everyone thinks. I think we're going to be doing a lot of testing, and rightfully so, regardless of vaccination status. We're going to be testing in corporate settings, I would say, for at least a year to a year and a half, maybe even 2 years.
Right. Okay. Lee, thank you so much for doing this. I really do appreciate it. You've been amazing as always. Thank you for your time. I know it's so valuable because you're so busy right now, everything that's going on. If anybody wants to reach out and contact you, what's the best way to do so?
Yeah, if you're looking for COVID testing, it's covidtesting@integracare.ca. And if you just want general support services or nursing services, please reach out at info@integracare.ca. Okay?
Awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, follow us along on social, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Otherwise, as I always say, take care, be safe, stay positive, and look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye-bye.